For those of you unfamiliar with Latino Leaders Network, we're a nonprofit organization dedicated to bringing leaders together to honor and celebrate the accomplishments of individuals, such as tonight's honoree, for their work in lifting up our communities. We host events throughout the year, and thanks to the generosity of our sponsors, there is no cost for our guests to attend. However, if you are enjoying tonight's event, I encourage you to consider becoming a member of our organization. Please visit our website at latinoleadersnetwork.org or simply scan the code to get more information about our membership program and to become a member. We truly appreciate it. We have a great program for you tonight, so please help me welcome the founder, chairman of Latino Leaders Network, the Honorable Mickey Ibarra, who will serve as our program host.
Let's hear it for our honoree, who's already here, Mayor Kurt Watson of Austin. Mayor. And I want to thank Ruben Alvarez for his leadership. He's just over a year now into an important new assignment, and that is CEO of the Latino Leaders Network out of Phoenix, Arizona. Thank you. Now, tonight, our program is going to consist of two parts. This is a way that we can grant the request to Mayor of Tampa, who wants to be with us, and we're so delighted to have Jane Castor with us, who is the host mayor of this entire meeting. Mayor Castor. And she wanted to be here. So we're starting a little early, then we're going to take a break, and then we're going to come back for the award presentation to Mayor Watson. Just a word about Mayor Castor, the 59th mayor of Tampa. She embodies a legacy of dedicated service and unwavering commitment to her hometown. Mayor Castor's journey in public service began as an officer for the Tampa Police Department, where she rose through the ranks to become Tampa's first female chief of police in 2009. Elected mayor in 2019, we are delighted to have Mayor Castor, host of the Conference of Mayors summer meeting here in Tampa, with us for welcome remarks. Please, Mayor Castor. Mayor Castor. Thank you.
Oh my goodness, it's so wonderful to be here. I wish I looked like that right now. Anybody who was with Flo Rida last night, I know you guys are hurting a little bit, right? I got back to the hotel room. I told my partner, Ann, I think I might have blown my knee out. I'm not sure. But anyway, welcome to Tampa. We are so excited. This community is a majority community with Latinos, Hispanics, and Latinas, the fastest growing in our community. And we are incredibly proud of that, without a doubt. We have our mayors. I want them, if they can, to come forward. We have members of our Mayor's Hispanic Advisory Committee here. Thank you, guys. They have their fingers on the pulse of our community, and they do such a wonderful job. But I want to thank everyone in here, not just the mayors, for what you do every day to grow our cities, to make them successful. And that success is based on the value of every single person in the community. Inclusion, diversity. You guys are going to go down this evening. Everybody has to go. Remember, I was a police officer, so I'll know if you're there or not. Don't make me come get you out of the hotel. But you'll be down in Ybor City. It is not Ybor, it's Ybor City. And that really is such an incredible part of the history of our city. We have been known as the cigar capital of the world, and that's individuals who immigrated to Tampa from Spain, from Cuba, from Italy, and from other parts of the world to come to Tampa, to attractive land that was provided to the cigar manufacturers to really create the culture, the vibrant Hispanic culture that we have here. And that's what we are celebrating all night tonight, and that's what we celebrate every single day in Tampa and the Tampa Bay area. So thank you all so very much. My partner, Anna Cruz, infuses the Hispanic attitude, latitude, fashion, intelligence into our household without a doubt. And so you will see her this evening as well. But I do want to say thank you to each and every one of you that do what you do to make your cities great, because it is the cities that make America great. And it really is the diversity and the inclusion and the immigrants who have built not just this city, but have built our country. So congratulations to the winners. We love you. Thank you, guys. Can't wait to see you tonight. You got to get your salsa on.
As you know, so many good things are made possible due to the generosity of good corporate partners, and the Latino Leaders Network is no exception. We are grateful for the support of our premier sponsor. That means the top sponsor, and it's not cheap. Walmart is our premier sponsor. We owe Amy Hill of Walmart so much gratitude for her championing the Latino Leaders Network. To represent Walmart today is Javier Angulo of Los Angeles, Group Director of Community Relations at Walmart, for sponsor remarks.
Buenas tardes todos, ¿cómo estamos? My friend wanted to take my tequila away from me. I said, no way, I need it. These are some interesting times, no? So, thank you, Miki. It's always a beautiful time to be here. And Walmart, I think, has been a top sponsor for several years now. I think since I joined the company about 13 years ago. So it's always good to be amongst family. It's always good to be amongst friends. And today is no exception. At Walmart, okay, I'll wait. I'll wait. It seems like everybody's having a conversation. Okay. People, this is some very difficult times, and I just want to share a little bit more about what's going on and what we're doing. So at Walmart, we recognize that our Latino associates are the heart of our business. Our associates bring resilience, innovation, and a deep sense of community to everything that we do. And we know that right now, many in our community are facing uncertainty and fear, especially in light of the recent immigration raids and the emotional toll they bring to our community. Let me be clear. Walmart stands with all of you and all of our associates. We are committed to being a place where every associate feels safe, valued, and supported, regardless of background or immigration status. We are here not just as an employer, but as a partner in their journey. We offer, for example, free U.S. citizenship classes and also free ESL classes to all of our associates, including free college degree to any associate that wants a free college degree. So we also understand that these times are emotionally heavy. That's why we've expanded access to mental health services so our associates and their families can find strength, healing, and connection during these times. Whether it's through counseling, peer support, or simply having someone to talk to, we let our associates know they are not alone. Together, we will continue to build a workplace and a world where dignity, compassion, and opportunity are not just ideals, but everyday realities. So thank you, mayors, for having us here today. We want to be part of your journey, so whatever we can do to help out, we will be happy to do so. Muchas gracias, and que siga la fiesta.
One more sponsor speaker. Our co-sponsor of our tribute to mayors is Geico. Thanks to MacArthur Stephen for his support. Mac is really our champion at Geico. Beatriz de la Peña, Senior Director of Operations at Geico, will offer co-sponsor remarks at this time. Beatriz?
All right. Hi, everyone. So MacArthur Stevens is right over there, by the way, if you've not met him. So that is the famous MacArthur Stevens from Geico. And thanks to him, we're here tonight. So we do want to thank the Latino Leaders Network and say good evening to everybody. As Mickey mentioned, I'm Beatriz de la Peña, and I'm the Senior Director over Program Management, but I work out of Geico's Lakeland office. So like some of you, I had to drive through a little bit of a monsoon to get here this evening. But nonetheless, here we are, and we're grateful for the opportunity. For 10 years, Geico has sponsored the Latino Leaders Network initiative, including co-sponsoring the annual Tribute to Mayors reception, bringing together local leaders committed to uniting communities in cities with a significant Latino population. Geico's support of the Latino community also extends directly to our customers and employees. Through Somos Geico, we've been able to fulfill the needs of not just Spanish-speaking customers that need Spanish, but Spanish-preferred speaking customers as well who prefer to do business in Spanish. And with our Geico Familia ERG, we're creating a culture of success and support to our Latino employees. We actually have many of our Somos Geico employees here today with us. So this year, a tribute to the mayor's reception coincides with significant growth at Geico. Earlier this year, we announced that we are opening a new office right here in Tampa, proudly bringing more than 1,000 new jobs to the region. So as we continue to grow, we are partnering and continue our partnership with the Latino Leaders Network. It remains critical to strengthening our relationships within the community. So on behalf of Geico, thank you to the Latino Leaders Network and their supporters and all that you do for Latino communities across the country.
We're grateful also to our book sponsor, UFC. Each guest tonight will be offered a signed copy of Latino Leaders Speak, Personal Stories of Struggle and Triumph, courtesy of Yvette Fernandez, Vice President of USC Government Relations in Las Vegas. Finally, we also want to thank our VIP sponsors that include CVS Health. I know Shannon Butler is here. CVS Health, thank you. We also have HDR. We have a big group from HDR. We love them. Thank you. David Cobb is our champion there. We also have Waste Management as a sponsor, Alex Oseguera. Very happy to welcome a first-time sponsor, not a first-time guest, but a first-time sponsor, Jacobs with Gerard Orozco. Gerard, thank you. We also have Airbnb, Danny Ponce, and finally, HNTB, Stroud Evans. Also a first-time sponsor. There are many guests that are worthy of acknowledgement, and there's just one I want to point out from the Tampa community, and that is my very good friend, former Undersecretary of the United States Commerce Department, Francisco Sanchez of Tampa. Okay? There he is. So now, let's continue the reception. We anticipate our awards program beginning in about 20 minutes. Now, I'm standing here without a little mic stand because we had a little technical issue that our great people that are here to help us are going to fix here in a moment, but I want to get started. It's my pleasure to host the 42nd Tribute to Mayors during our 21st year of bringing leaders together. On behalf of the Latino Leaders Network Board of Directors, our board of directors that includes Rudy Becerra of Atlanta, who's also here with us. Rudy, where are you? Okay, Rudy Becerra, thank you. We want to thank all of you for joining us this evening to celebrate the leadership of Mayor Kirk Watson. Nearly 60 mayors registered to join us this evening. Mayors, please raise your hand and let's acknowledge them for showing up. And we're also delighted to welcome 12 former recipients, former honorees of the Latino Leaders Network. And please take a look at their names right here. Let's give it up for our past honorees. We are now pleased to be joined by Mayor David Holt of Oklahoma City, perhaps the tallest mayor in America. Vice President of the United States Conference of Mayors, Mayor Holt was honored at our Tribute to Mayors inaugural Unity Dinner in Washington, D.C. on January 17th. Those veterans of the Tribute to Mayors understand that in January, we host a formal sit-down dinner following our reception. The schedule of the summer meeting just isn't such to allow us to do so. Elected in 2018, Mayor Holt is the first Native American mayor of Oklahoma City. Mayor Holt's One OKC message reflects his belief that we can continue to thrive only if we set aside our differences that divide us and find common purpose. Please welcome Mayor Holt for U.S. Conference of Mayors greetings. Mayor?
Yeah, thank you, Mickey, thank you. I'll tell you, these events are well-oiled machines. Let's hear it for Mickey and his team. Thank you so much. And thank you, Mickey, as well, for the way that this whole organization supports the Conference of Mayors. It's really cool how, we always have these synonymous events, amplifying each other's messages. And the way that you honor mayors is obviously something mayors really appreciate. And having been at your event in January, I certainly commend it to anybody who hasn't been. It's a lovely affair, and I was deeply honored to receive the Antonio Villaraigosa Award at the event in January. And of course, we're always honored to be with Mayor Villaraigosa as well. On behalf of the conference, and I should also point out, Second Vice President Todd Gloria, also a previous honoree, is here somewhere. There he is. There's Todd. Yes. I don't know if Mayor Ginther is here, but of course, Mayor Ginther is our president. And then, hot off the press, I think it's been posted on a wall somewhere here in the hotel. Your next second vice president is also here, Mayor Leary and Gaylor Baird. So thank you. There are many past presidents, many honorees here, too numerous to mention, but grateful for you all and grateful for the way you support this organization. I'll close just by saying a few words about Kirk Watson. Your honoree tonight. Kirk is, of course, sort of my regional neighbor. There's some natural tensions usually between people from Oklahoma City and Austin, Texas. But nonetheless, when you get this far from home, you often feel a bit of a kinship, actually. And I certainly feel that way. And I doubly feel that way. And he knows I'm going to say this because I always do. I doubly feel that way because Kirk was born in Oklahoma City, which means that you're consecutively giving. This is the second Antonio Villaraigosa Award to go to someone born in Oklahoma City. So as the mayor of OKC, I'm very grateful for this continued run, and I would be happy to produce some further honorees for your consideration who were also born in Oklahoma City. So I'll let you know who those people are if you would like to stay in that genre. But thank you to Kirk for his service. He's got a great story. You know, he's a return mayor. And by the way, I've seen a few people try that, and it doesn't always work out. But he got it done, and he's been just as spectacular in his second tenure as Austin's mayor as he was in his first. We're very grateful for his commitment to the Conference of Mayors. He's been a great colleague, member, and partner to us, and I think it's most fitting that you're giving him this award tonight, and not just because he's from OKC. So thank you so much to Kirk. Congratulations to you, Kirk. Thank you all on behalf of the Conference of Mayors for your contributions and commitment and partnership with us. And I will turn it back over to Mickey. But thank you so much.
Thank you. Is Mayor Todd? Yes, he is. There's another member of the top leadership team of the U.S. Conference of Mayors that I would like to recognize, and also a past honoree of the Latino Leaders Network, and that's Mayor Todd Gloria of San Diego, that is currently the second vice president. Thank you. Okay, now we're going to get this fixed.
They want you to use that. So that's as good as it's going to be. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's the way we'd like it to stay for the rest of the program. You know, we do have a very high standard, and again, this is the 42nd tribute to mayors. We listen to our speakers. They deserve that respect. And we'd ask you to honor that kind of code of conduct. I mean, the greatest example of that probably was this past August in Chicago at the Navy Pier, assembled for our second signature event, the Latino Leaders Luncheon Series, the convention series. 840 guests, and you could have heard a pin drop for every speaker. And that just doesn't happen at a Democratic National Convention. So again, please help us. We are now delighted to be joined by Janet Murguia, President and Chief Executive Officer of Unidos US. Some of you may remember formerly NCLR, the National Council of La Raza. Janet will be celebrating her 20th anniversary at Unidos US in August at their national conference in Kansas City. The USCM Latino Alliance met earlier today, chaired by Mayor Regina Romero. Where's Mayor Romero? Right there, of Tucson. We're so proud of you, Mayor Romero. They heard from Janet at this afternoon's meeting of the Latino Alliance. Please welcome Janet, my former colleague at the White House, a lifelong friend, and a leader I respect so much. Janet?
Thank you so much. Buenas noches. Good evening, everyone. Thank you all so much. I really appreciate your time and attention, your presence here tonight. I want to express my deep appreciation for someone we all know, Mickey Ibarra. You know, Mickey started the Latino Leaders Network to bring together elected officials from diverse communities, and more than 20 years later, it is going strong. Congratulations, Mickey, for having the vision to see common issues and ties that unite us all. And a special shout out to Ruben Alvarez for lifting up the mantle and seeing that mission through. Ruben, congratulations to you too. And of course, special congratulations as well to tonight's honoree, Mayor Kirk Watson of Austin, Texas. Texas. You know, I've known the mayor throughout his career, and he has always been a strong voice and advocate, of course, in the city and for Texans, but especially focusing in on issues that matter so much to communities. And affordable health care over his decades of public service has been a priority, and we've been especially pleased to see him also take on the issue of affordable housing. He's just a great leader, so congratulations. I also know Mayor David Holt in Oklahoma City, partnering with our affiliate there in Oklahoma City. These are wonderful leaders, and it's emblematic of the National Conference of Mayors to see you all as you're moving forward with your leadership. Of course, I want to salute the namesake of the award that's given tonight, Mayor Antonio Villaraigosa, a leader and a champion for our community throughout his whole life. Muchas gracias. Thank you, Mayor Villaraigosa. You know, at Unidos US, we're the largest Latino civil rights and advocacy organization in the country, but we bring a lens of economic empowerment to the work we do to help everyone achieve their own American dream. And tonight with us, we have a couple of the 300 community-based leaders, community-based organizations that make up our network that are serving families across the country in so many different ways. Earlier today, I had the opportunity to meet with leaders from the Tampa area and this region and to get their thoughts on what's happening with our community here. It was highly informative and inspiring because these folks dedicate themselves day in and day out to supporting these communities. I want to thank Evelyn Almodovar of Unidos Now, but I want to give a special shout out to Sylvia Alvarez of the Housing and Education Alliance for joining us tonight. She has led housing and economic empowerment, access to home ownership issues throughout her career, and today, jointly at a press conference in Tampa, we announced that through the Unidos US partnership, we have placed across the country, and here in Tampa was the 50,000th family we placed into their first-time home. And so that is the important work. That is the power of the work we do when we come together and we lift up communities to create wealth. Today I had the privilege, as Mickey mentioned, of speaking at the Mayor's Conference special session on the Latino Alliance, Local Partnerships and Impact, and I just want to thank Regina Romero. Mayor Romero, keep your eyes on this rising star for our community. Just a couple more points. What I shared today at that session is something that I think we're all seeing play out. Look, immigration continues to be a flashpoint that attracts almost all the attention. A recent poll by Unidos US showed that Latinos are gravely concerned by the chaos, the cruelty, and I can't believe I'm saying this, the authoritarian nature of the administration's enforcement policies and tactics, not only for the immigrants affected, but even for ourselves as US citizens. This is unacceptable, and I appreciate all that you in this room are doing to fight back against government abuse and overreach and for our democratic values. You should know that the top issue for Latinos in this country today happens to be the economy. Latinos, like other Americans, are deeply worried about pocketbook issues such as jobs and the cost of living, especially when it comes to health care and housing. And you know, sometimes the federal government can be tied up in so much rancor and politics, but we know that ultimately it's the folks on the ground and mayors who are counted on to get things done. I want to salute each and every one of you and just say to you, we're counting on you to not give up in your efforts to try to break through the incredible headwinds we're facing right now and try to find solutions. Count on the Latino community and Unidos to join you. Mayors have this track record of getting things done, but you know that no one can do this work alone, and it takes partners and allies and coalitions and unity. And what I sense here tonight is unity And in that unity, there is power, and we should leave this event and this gathering knowing that in strength there is unity, and unity there is power. We can come together and we can tackle whatever lies ahead. Let's agree in the spirit of the Latino Leaders Network that embodies that very, very model, that when we come together, we can get solutions, we can get things done, and we can fight for that future of America that we can all believe in. Muchísimas gracias. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
And now for the award presentation. The Antonio Villaraigosa Leadership Award was first presented 13 years ago at this very event in Orlando, when Mayor Villaraigosa closed his term as president of the U.S. Conference of Mayors. At that time, we announced the award would be named in his honor to recognize outstanding mayors who are dedicated to bringing their communities together. Mayor Villaraigosa clearly set the gold standard of excellence by which all awardees are measured, and we are thrilled to have him with us again. Please welcome the 41st Mayor of Los Angeles and candidate for Governor of California, the Honorable Antonio Villaraigosa.
Mickey Ibarra. You know, for those of us who know Mickey, know that he personifies unity. He has always been someone in our community who brings us together even when we don't want to come together. And, you know, it's a testament to you and now our new leader, Ruben Alvarez, because this, you know, I've always been proud of this award for a couple of reasons. One, it's not just given to Latinos. It's given to people who bring communities together, people who unite us. And a time in our body politic when we're so polarized around ideology and politics and parties, polarized and racially in some cases and ethnically, it's important that we have uniters. And this organization has always acknowledged that we've got to acknowledge the people that bring us together and that unite us. And you said it really well, Janet, and thank you for your organization and the work that you do. Folks, I've never seen anything like this. I've lived here a long, long time on this planet. I have never seen anything like this. Military style, deportations, people walking in military fatigues, all covered up with assault weapons and flash bang grenades. And now more than ever, we need people to stand up. We need people to bring us together and unite us. And that's what we do today. We acknowledge those among us who have done that. And I'm very proud to acknowledge Mayor Kirk Preston Watson. You know, how many of us could say we were the 54th mayor and the 59th mayor? Served 2 terms as mayor, served with distinction, someone focused on health care, who understands that health care is a right, and housing. And disproportionately, the people in your town that needed that were Latinos. And you stood up for them, and you've stood up for them over the years. Leticia Vanderput, a friend of yours, a colleague of yours, put your name in, and when she did, and we were talking about why, she talked about what you stood for those years in your first 2 terms, and then later in the Senate. So he goes on from mayor He runs for state senate, I think in 2006, becomes the president pro tempore of the Senate. Again, picked by all your colleagues because, as I recall, that's a position that everybody has to participate. Bringing the parties together, bringing the ethnic groups and the racial groups of Texas together. That's important right now, everybody. You know, been married 40-something years? 46 years. Same woman, everybody. Same woman. And I'll tell you something. In talking to you and reading about you and talking to Leticia, you're the right person at the right time. Someone who believes in public service, someone who has never forgotten where he comes from, someone who understands to whom much is given, much is expected, but someone who stands up for the values that we believe in as Americans. And sometimes it feels like there are too many of us that don't believe in those values. But I think the one thing we know about you, Mayor, is that you do. And so I couldn't be prouder to present this award, and particularly at this time. Mayor Gloria, can't see everybody who's here with the light over there, but I could tell you there are a number of recipients. And every one of them have stood for the notion that the good ones bring us together, unite us. And so with that, let me bring up Mayor Watson. To acknowledge him for a lifetime of service, for standing with and for every community, and as the recipient of this award, which I give humbly.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Hold on to that. Well, that's wonderful. I am really, truly, and deeply honored to receive this award. I have deep respect for the Latino Leaders Network. I've known Mickey Ibarra for over a quarter of a century now, and I must admit I'm especially honored and moved to receive a recognition named after Mayor Villaraigosa. You mean a great deal to all of us. Thank you. So, muchas gracias, and thank you very much for this wonderful honor. Let me say a few words about why it means so much to me to be among mayors and receive an award that honors mayors. I was recently asked to write a think piece, if you will, about local government for a new textbook on Texas politics. Yeah, and I'm just goofy, man. And I'm just goofy enough to think that's kind of fun, right? So, and as I was putting my thoughts together, I kept coming back to a great quote about the founding father, John Adams. Adams received a compliment from a British spy. And the British spy said about Adams, he sees large issues largely. If he had aspired to such heights, John Adams would have made a good mayor. Cities face so many large issues today, seemingly all at the same time, under a white-hot spotlight, so much so that it's easy to lose perspective if you're not seeing largely. Right or wrong, people view the mayor's office as the one reliable institution that recognizes their real everyday challenges for what they are and can deliver solutions scaled to address them. From the mayor's office, they expect results. Mayors really need to see large issues largely. Many of you know, and as you just heard, this is my second time around as Austin mayor. As was pointed out, I served as mayor from 1997 to 2001. By the way, that's when I first met Mickey. I got to tell you, he was so good to me when he was in the White House, and he was so good at helping local government. He understood the challenges, and he was always, no matter what the phone call and no matter how weird he might have thought it was, he was always ready to jump in and help. After I served quite a long time in the Texas Senate and then a very short time in academia, I wanted to come back to Austin City Hall because I felt so strongly about the role the mayor's office plays in how we live day to day and what the future of that living is going to look like. Getting good things done at the local level, as has been suggested time and time again tonight, is more important than ever. The difficult truth is that we live in a time when extreme divisions seem to have transformed too many American institutions into forums for delivering insults rather than delivering results. When many in Congress and in our state legislatures are so transparently intent on building power just to impose their political point of view. Instead, they could be, but instead, they don't use it to actually get anything done. It's no surprise that voters want their local government, and especially their city government, to really solve problems, to truly make life in our communities better. Last weekend was a stunning example. Many of you were on the front lines of how government is meant to work. I was so proud of how so many cities allowed for, indeed helped, enhanced, and embraced peaceful protests. Washington can create chaos. State leadership can engage in confrontational rhetoric and threats. But it falls on mayors and our cities to protect our people, protect their rights so that they can assemble, so they can speak their minds. It falls on us to assure traffic is controlled. It's the local government that needs to be, sometimes in unfortunate instances, there to protect property. And when it's all over, we clean up the remnants and put our cities, the places our people call home, back in order. Last week, we saw an example of how local leadership can lift up the better parts of our democracy in the midst of some of the worst demeaning of our democracy. Local government is where we see large issues largely, and we act. And as I used the example of last week, let's not lose sight. Let's not lose sight